WWE Saturday night's main event, another one in the series, this one titled John Cena's Final Match, scheduled to take place on December the 13th, this Saturday night from the Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C. It'll be the 42nd episode of WWE's occasional television special, and the first episode to include wrestlers from the NXT brand and partner promotion Total Nonstop Action. There are 4 scheduled matches and what will be John Cena's final time in a WWE ring as a professional wrestler. So let's break it on down like a shotgun. First match on the list, Bayley against Sol Ruca. Bayley has been doing a lot of promotion on podcasts, and she's been pretty open about the feelings and the anxiety and feeling inferior, all of these things that she went through climbing up in the ranks of the WWE. She is a heck of a talent. And I just think that they're in the terms of the 4 horsewomen, you've got Becky Lynch, you've got Sasha Banks, you've got Charlotte Flair, and then you've got Bayley. If you can compare them to the 4 horsemen, Ric Flair, Psycho Sid or Sid, Barry Windham, and Arn Anderson, right? If you just want to focus in on them for a second, that version of the 4 horsemen. Or if you want to go with the original 4 horsemen of Ric Flair, Arn Anderson, Tully Blanchard, and Ole Anderson, Bayley is like Ole. She's like Ole Anderson. She's like Barry Windham. Immensely talented, didn't get their flowers, right? Ole Anderson went on to become a booker. He was all right. Most notable for the Black Scorpion gimmick in WCW in the early 90s. Barry Windham, phenomenal professional wrestler, one of the best superplexes in the business. Went on to get a shot in the WWF as the Stalker. They deserved more accolades, and I believe Bayley deserves more accolades. She deserves her flowers. Now, whether that means that she goes off and works for AEW or does a tour of Japan or works on other wrestling promotions around the world, there's a ton of them nowadays, remains to be seen. But with this match with Sol Ruca, I firmly believe this could reinvigorate a spark creatively for Bayley. She tried to do the split personality thing. It hasn't worked out. It hasn't panned out just right. But with Sol Ruca, she's a ball of energy. She's got the charisma. There is something special about Sol Ruca. And the WWE NXT women's roster right now is in fuego. You've got Kalani Jordan, Jada Parker, Sol Ruca, Jordan Grace, Blake Monroe. You've got Kendall Gray, who is amazing right now. Kendall Gray is on fire right now. Probably one of my favorites because of just the way that she has kind of like grown in the ranks at such a fast pace. She's got the charisma. She's got the talent in the ring, the speed. The crowd is captivated by her. If they continue working with her in this direction, there's no telling how fast she will skyrocket to the top in NXT and beyond. And I love Maddie Rinkowski, who goes by Ren Sinclair in NXT. Maddie Rinkowski, I followed in the NWA promotion. She, whether you know it or not, if you haven't done your homework on her previously before she came into NXT, she's a phenomenal heel. She's one of the best, most hated women that I have ever seen. And she's playing this role that she's in now where she's the proverbial fan favorite very well. Those two, Kendall Gray and Ren Sinclair, work together phenomenally. There is Lola Vice. There is Lainey Reed. There is Carmen Petrovich. There is Izzy Dame. There is JC Jane. There is Zarya. There is Tatum Paxley. There is just an array of women that are coming up in the NXT program that are going to be phenomenal. But there is definitely something special about Sol Ruca, and you put her in the ring with a veteran like Bayley, and it could work both ways. Sol Ruca can learn a little bit of the WWE main roster style, what it's going to take for her to get up to that next level, and Bayley can be reinvigorated working with somebody that is dynamic like Sol Ruca. So I expect this match to work twofold. One, to give Sol Ruca an opportunity to get fresh in the eyes of the WWE main roster, the main crowd, the main universe that doesn't watch NXT or rarely watches NXT, and it'll give Bayley a chance to really get reinvigorated again, get that spark back again in the WWE, and hopefully find a nice gimmick, a nice program for her to run into, because she deserves her flowers. She deserves her WrestleMania moment, another one. She deserves all of her flowers, and I hope this is the start. This is what's going to propel her to get to that point. And you also got to understand, I don't know if she's in the WWE ID program, but you've got Izzy Marino, who's been floating around the Florida scene a lot. And she is one of the little girls that was cheering for Bayley when Bayley was in NXT. There is a story arc. There is some lore that could be explored there that we have yet to see. We don't know if she's in the WWE ID program. At least I don't. And if you think she is, go ahead and let me know down in the comments below. But if she eventually gets into NXT, I mean, you've got a great story there as well. As far as who's going to win the match, I've got Bayley going over here. I think Bayley gets the win. Now, it could go a lot of ways. I mean, you can also you can see interference from the Kabuki Warriors, and that gives Sol Ruca the win. But I really think that Sol Ruca is going to get distracted by Zarya here. I think Zarya plays a factor in this match, and Bayley gets the win. And I think Bayley shakes Sol Ruca's hand, potentially, and they have a matter of respect in the center of the ring, because this is all this is an exhibition. And I think it's an opportunity for us to see Sol Ruca in front of the live crowd on network like Peacock. This is huge for Sol Ruca, and I think they're going to have a phenomenal match. But I think Bayley needs to win here more than Sol Ruca, and I think you can do other things to further the storyline between Zarya and Sol Ruca. They are obviously on the brink of splitting up, and I think it plays a factor in the conclusion of this match. So I've got Bayley. In a dream tag team match, Javon Evans and Leon Slater battle Dragon Lee and AJ Styles, another exhibition match. This is all from the mind of John Cena. He's put together a phenomenal card. Only 4 matches, but each match is just a must-see. It has this must-see aura about it, and I can't wait for each match. It's like each match has a chance to steal the show. This is I mean, even though it's a small lineup, each match, there's very little room for filler here, and I love that. AJ Styles and Dragon Lee have been building up their chemistry as they have progressed as the WWE Raw Tag Team Champions. They've been doing a phenomenal job, no pun intended, or pun intended. Let's go with pun intended. And Javon Evans and Leon Slater, they had a certain sense of respect that they garnered when they had a dream match in TNA. I've been following Javon Evans since he was Jay Malachi in Deadlock Pro Wrestling. He worked a lot with Lucky Ali, who you may know as Saquon Sugars from the Dark State, if you are familiar with NXT. Saquon Sugars and Javon Evans, they're the future of this business. Lucky Ali / Saquon Sugars, if I can get his name right, those guys have it. And when they really give Saquon Sugars a chance to shine, you guys are going to see what I have seen when he's a part of DPW. Do yourself a favor, give it a goog. Look up Lucky Ali and Jay Malachi. They stole the show every time. And Saquon Sugar, when he was a heel, he utilized a lot of Ric Flair isms and Rick Rude isms as well. He even wore the Rick Rude tights and did a lot of his moves. He had a lot of patience in the ring when he was setting up as a main event superstar for DPW. And Jay Malachi was the perfect foil. He was the perfect guy to sell. And I think that it's time for everybody to recognize how talented Javon Evans is. And Leon Slater, those guys benefited from being young kids, literally young kids between the ages of 12 and 14, and began wrestling. They have that in common. There's a parallel there. And I would love to see what they do in the ring with a veteran like AJ Styles. This harkens back to what I was saying about Bayley and Sol Ruca. This is a chance for Javon Evans and Leon Slater to pick the brain, hopefully, of AJ Styles before they get in the squared circle and walk away that much better. As far as who's going to win, I've got AJ Styles and Dragon Lee getting the victory here over Javon Evans and Leon Slater. So that's 2 losses for the NXT crew, but I think they go out looking good and making a statement. I don't think AJ Styles and Dragon Lee winning is actually guaranteed here. I mean, these are exhibition matches, no championships on the line, no real stakes other than proving that they're ready for the main roster. So AJ Styles and Dragon Lee could essentially be distracted by Finn Balor and JD McDonough or the New Day, for instance, who they had a squabble with on Raw this past Monday, and they could end up losing. It's definitely possible. Dark State could come out, make a statement, and take out both tag teams. All of this is possible, but considering this is Saturday night's main event, I'm going to go with a safe pick and going with AJ Styles and Dragon Lee here, but I would not be surprised if they give the win to Javon Evans and Leon Slater. The only reason why I'm going with AJ Styles and Dragon Lee, aside from the fact that they're veterans and they're tag team champions on the Raw brand, is the fact that Leon Slater is technically not a WWE superstar. He works for the TNA promotion. So I think having Leon Slater a part of TNA, showing up on WWE main roster programming and beating the Raw tag team champions may not be exactly where they're trying to go with this program. So I'm going with a safe pick with AJ Styles and Dragon Lee. Moving on, champion versus champion, exhibition style. NXT champion Obafemi battles undisputed WWE champion Cody Rhodes. This is really a toss-up. Cody Rhodes definitely could get the win here and shake Obafemi's hand, but Obafemi has been getting a ton of reaction for his ruler gimmick, for the fact that he had The Undertaker come out and give him a nod and a fist bump and tell him that this is his yard as far as NXT, that this is his yard. Everybody has been anticipating eagerly for him to make his debut in the WWE main roster, whether it be Raw or SmackDown. He has pretty much everything, all that it takes to be a mainstay in the WWE and elevate to the top of the card. He works well. He's super young. He's got the charisma. And the fact that he is known as the ruler, it just kind of works all around. You've got Drew McIntyre that could potentially be lingering around and cost Cody the match. I am actually going to go with Obafemi here to get the victory. I think it's going to be a huge shocker, and the fact that Obafemi beats the WWE Undisputed Champion is all that you need to know that there is complete confidence in Obafemi for the future, both from the WWE, if this were to be the conclusion, and also from myself, who I see loads of potential in Obafemi, and I say, pull the trigger now. And it leaves a lot for when Obafemi returns to the WWE main roster to start something, and also let Cody Rhodes know, I had your number. Whether or not Drew McIntyre got involved, I still had your number. And finally, Gunther battles John Cena. This is John Cena's retirement match. The story is fairly obvious how it's going to play out. Gunther, this past Monday on WWE Raw, said that he was going to make John Cena do something that he has never done, which is say, I quit. This is not an I quit match, but essentially John Cena has not tapped out since 2004, but he's never said the words, I quit, I submit, I give up. So Gunther is going to be looking to not only beat John Cena in his final match, but also to break records, do something that has never been done, which is to get John Cena to quit. Do I think that's going to happen? No, I don't. In my vision, the way that I see it is that John Cena is caught in a submission hold. We all think he's going to say, I quit. We all think he's going to tap out. There's a lot of emotion. Everybody is on the edge of their seats. John Cena's got his hand in the air. Then he holds back. And then he looks like he's about to say, I submit, I quit, I give up. And he doesn't. And there's a roll through. And then Gunther hits a big power move, followed by one of his signature finishing maneuvers, whether it be a power bomb or a top rope splash. And he gets the 1, 2, 3. So John Cena never quits, never submits, never gives up, and holds the moniker true to say never give up. But he does fall to Gunther, who would then have Goldberg's final match and John Cena's final match in his pocket as victories to continue his run and dominance in the WWE. I've got Gunther winning by a long shot. I really don't think that John Cena, given the type of character he is and the type of information that we've been given from his history, his mindset, his demeanor, I think his whole mindset is to pass the torch to the younger guys and leave the WWE better than it was before he left. And I really think he's trying to do that with Dominic Mysterio, putting him over. You've got Austin Theory lingering around and about to be in a main event program, who has a win over John Cena at WrestleMania. And now Gunther. Gunther, a lot of people have stated that they don't think that he needs this type of a victory over John Cena to continue to establish himself. I, on the other hand, am in the group and that thinks this is working for Gunther. That for him to be Thanos, collecting the rings, like the new legend killer. I think it works for him, the type of professional wrestler that he is, and truly a professional wrestler, an old school, something that you would think was from a time long ago, from the Bruno Sammartino eras, from the Bob Backlund era, the era of dominance. Gunther, a flash from the past with a new era, attitude, and style. I think that you're going to put Gunther in the pantheon of the top 10 best WWE champions, most dominant of all time. And I think in order to do that, he's going to have to start wiping away eras from the past, which is Goldberg, who came a little bit before John Cena, and now John Cena, who came into an era that was directly preceding the Goldberg era, and then eventually maybe someone like a CM Punk or someone like a Brock Lesnar, and hell, AJ Styles is also on that list. And what about Chris Jericho? Imagine if in the year 2026, Gunther can say that he retired Chris Jericho and AJ Styles, as in this year he retires Goldberg and John Cena. Imagine that on his resume. That's why I think Gunther is going to win, and I see the vision, I see what they're trying to do with Gunther, and I'm all aboard. As far as the retirement ceremony, I don't think there's going to be a dry eye in that arena. I think there's going to be a lot of people emotional about this, including John Cena, who I really have never seen on camera where it's not an acting job, actually shed tears. And I do believe that we are going to see John Cena get super emotional and fight back tears. The last time I've seen John Cena actually cry, it was really tough for him. I think it was a Make-A-Wish kid that his mom surprised John Cena. And there was a video of this online, and I'm doing this directly off the top of my head, so please forgive me if I'm paraphrasing and if he wasn't a Make-A-Wish kid. But I distinctly remember a kid that had gone through a lot of surgeries, a lot of mishaps, and survived it all. I think it was cancer, and thanked John Cena for being the inspiration and the motivation. And as the kid is pouring his heart out, and as his mom is pouring her heart out, you can see that John Cena was touched so much that he was breaking down. And I think we're going to see a little bit of that when John Cena fully retires. I hope they give him the time allotted. I hope they don't rush him out like they did with Goldberg, and I don't expect them to. Not somebody like John Cena. I think he gets it all. I think he gets the entire locker room emptying out onto the stage, and it is very possible that we will see the return of, at least for this moment, of Vincent Kennedy McMahon. I do believe we're going to see Stephanie McMahon. I do believe we're going to see a lot of wrestlers from the past that show up and give John Cena a hug. The ones that weren't a part of this entire retirement tour. I think this is going to be the send-off that we are all expecting, and then some. You're going to see surprises. You're going to see emotion that only the WWE can convey in times like this. They're going to give him the send-off of send-offs, and I look forward to it. But what do you guys think is going to happen at Saturday night's main event? Who do you think is going to walk away victorious? Any types of surprises? You guys let me know in the comments. Thanks again for watching this video. If you enjoy this video and you want to see others, go ahead and subscribe. Hit the notifications bell because you never know when I'm going to be dropping out of the portal of pro wrestling or speculation station to drop you with some hotness. This has been the Wrestling Old Head. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.